are broken, so they need a new one. Mga ganun lang na mga problema in comparison to the problems of the adults. No, as we progress to the adulthood, to the adult life, we realize life is really indeed complicated. Kaya from time to time, when we are faced with difficulty in life, we have this tendency of saying, sana bata ulit ako. But it is precisely with that desire that God really has planted that in our hearts. Hindi po yan aksidente that we desire for that. No? That is not something like an abnormal thing to think. In fact, I would encourage you to think that God planted that desire within us. That we seek for innocence. We seek for simplicity. We seek for that sense of surrender. No, katulad ng isang bata, they kept on relying and dependent to their parents or the adult around them. And they feel secured because they have adults that will protect them. Tonight, we are in this very weird transition. No? Tomorrow, we will begin our observance of Lent. But as the symbolism that we have just seen earlier, tonight, someone will die. And that death is not something physical. That death is spiritual. That's why it's beautiful to begin this Mass with this ritual, this rite of burning the palms. As I have shared to you earlier, no, for those who are not aware of this, no, those palms are the palms that we blessed last year during Palm Sunday. And now we are going to burn them. They became symbols for us that truly God is the King. God has a victorious God who triumphed death. Natalo niya ang kamatayan. And yet tonight, we are being reminded that that symbolism must die for us. Again, we will begin with death. Tonight is the trailer. Tonight, we have been shown what is the essence of the Christian life. In order for us to receive new life, we must die. If we desire new life, then we need to die. Die to ourselves. In order for us to regain and be in this position where we can fully trust and surrender to God, something in us must die. Sabi dito sa ating gospel reading, we need to become children again. But in order for us to become children again, be reborn, our old self must die. We need to die to ourselves. And that's painful. Just like the palms that has to go through fire, we need to go through fire. That's what the meaning of our first reading is all about. We need to undergo persecution, trials, tribulations, sufferings, in order for us to regain our life. But we have to go through that process. So tonight is a glimpse, a trailer. And after this, beginning tomorrow, we will begin again. And we will be able to understand, no? Sisimulan natin ulit yung kung pelikula ito, rewind tayo, babalik tayo sa simula nitong sakripisyo na ito. What is this about? Why we need to go through this? And in order for us to understand this, we must look to Jesus and His story. Unless we would be able to make sense of this through the lens of Jesus, this would not make sense in our lives. So yung mga tanong natin na bakit tayo naghihirap, bakit tayo nahihirapan, bakit yung mga mabubuting tao kailangang dumaan sa mga sakripisyo, sa mga paghihirap, tayo pa na araw-araw nagsisimba, tayo pa ang usually dumadaan sa suffering. Bakit? No? Bakit kailangan nating ma-realize na in order for us to attain greatness, we need to be humiliated, no? Mapahiya katulad ni Kristo. So tonight is just the trailer. At para maunawaan natin yung buong kwento nito, kailangan natin pagdaanan ang panahon ng Kwaresma. And it will be unfolded to us. Yung kwento na in order for us to gain new life, in order for us to be exalted out of our humiliation, in order for us to rise from the ashes, we need to hear and go through and experience and enter again the mystery of the sufferings of Christ. You know what? We are very blessed. I have not seen so realistic depiction of the suffering Christ like what we have now here in our church. No? Ang ibang mga nakita ko parang hindi siya masyadong realistic. But this one, it's so realistic. First and foremost, ito pong crucified Christ dito, buhay pa. Ang iba kasing nakikita ko, patay na. Have you noticed? Buhay pa po yung Kristo na ipinako dito. And yung pagiging, yung very realistic, almost realistic, no? It's just like being in this proximity, looking at Him, I can't help but think and ask Him, why, Lord? Bakit kailangan kang ipako sa krus? My brothers and sisters, asking that question is quite a difficult one. And we cannot expect clear answers immediately. It requires the grace of God. Let's not pretend that when we ask that question from Him, to Him, we will receive immediate answer. In fact, akala lang natin yon sa utak natin. But the moment we really sit here, try to arrive here a bit early during everyday masses or even on Sundays, and then try to ask that question, no? Spoiler alert, the answer will not be immediate. Hindi po maisasagot kaagad sa atin ni Kristo. No? Yung hinihintay nating sagot, hindi kaagad darating. It would take a while because this is a mystery that we enter into. And this is the encouragement of the church. No? Take your time. 40 days naman ang ibinigay sa atin. So let us really take our time in the season of Lent and ask the Lord, what is this about? And we will be confronted with fire, with darkness, with horror, fear, those mix of emotions. When that happens, perhaps it's a good time also to talk to a priest. Perhaps it is also an invitation for us to avail of the sacrament of reconciliation. Eventually, we will make that more easily available for you. No? In the coming days, we will announce to you more days for the sacrament of reconciliation. Ba kailangang may kausapin kang pari para, you have someone to wrestle with itong mga fears, darkness, fire na pinagdadaanan mo sa buhay mo ngayon, baka kailangang may makinig. I cannot promise to you that if you take this seriously, it will be pleasant. For some of us, it will be very difficult, and it may involve tears and weeping. But this is my prayer to all of us, that when God will give us the grace, that He will share to us His suffering, that He will show us His grieving heart, His suffering heart. It is my prayer that He will also give us the grace to be able to endure it. It's a privileged position, but it's a difficult position. But it is my prayer that this would give us so much graces that we would be able to share in our community. Amen.